All right, I said it and I'm definitely going to bring it to you all. Real Talk with Kike Mandate bothers around trending contemporary topics and raves of the moment. And today we are swinging by the rave of the season and the trend of social media. The talk of the season is Valentine, and we are doing something real for the season today. Keep your fingers crossed because we have a lot in the boxes. There is a lot of surprises at the end of the show, and let me use this opportunity to say good afternoon, viewers. And of course, I'm not here alone. I remain Kikelomo Atanda-Owo, and I'm here with my exciting, darling, opinionated co-host, Michelle, in the building. Our house husband. How are you doing today?
Why did you have to go with me first? Kicks, firebrand. How are you?
They say you're the head.
You look fabulous, Kicks, and so do you.
Thank you.
Damn
Oh my
I
God.
love the red on the head.
Oh my God, it's Valentine season. Valentine is coming. Where is your girlfriend?
How are you doing, Dami?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm very well. At least I survived.
Yeah, Dami have been a bit strong under the weather.
Stressed. Even my fine face.
Not corona.
Not corona. Yes, thank you for choosing that.
Not corona. No. It's just a bit of stress-induced malaria kind of. The hustle and bustle in Lagos, one just has to help yourself sometimes. So, but I'm fine now. Oh my God.
Right.
Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend?
We'll find out before the end of the show.
Anyway.
Before we proceed, let's bring you a love song that speaks love and appreciate the African woman. Here is African Queen from Two-Face Idibia. Enjoy.
That's it.
We hope you enjoyed that love song from Two-Face Idibia. Should I just chip in? Once upon a time, I used to have crush on Two-Face. Annie, yourself. But that was just to spice up the moment. We will get a message from our sponsor, but then let's take a quick back-to-back, look at on this day in history. We will be right back.
On this day in history, Thursday, February 11, many of us are wondering when the 20 naira gained circulation. There you go. On this day in history, 1977, exactly 44 years ago, a new banknote denomination of the value of 20 naira was issued in Nigeria. It is also the first currency note in Nigeria bearing the portrait of a Nigerian citizen. And in honor of the late head of state, General Murtala Rahmat Mohammed, 1938 to 1976, who was also the torchbearer of the Nigerian Revolution, July 1975.
All right, guys, what's the message from this on this day in history that you've just picked from? Let me start from Masha.
Well, for me, it's just revolution. It's how things can revolutionize. You remember in the last edition on Tuesday, today's Thursday, right?
Yes, please.
On Tuesday, and we're talking about the order of a necessity and how, who was it? Lolo was saying she didn't even think that there was a need to begin to go into legislation for such a thing. To have seen this transformation, or rather, let me not say transformation, to have seen this revolution, it's interesting to remember how it's come to today.
I think I'm just going to say we keep praying that Nigeria gets better. Some people have lost hope genuinely, and I still heard it yesterday. A friend of mine said, Nigeria, you only damo, and I'm like, don't say that, we are here because he's abroad. I said, Nigeria cannot be good again. I said, no, but with things that have happened in time past.
Know?
No, I don't know. Nigeria will be good, though. Nigeria will be good in the name of everything that we are worshiping.
It will be. So what do you think about
All right,
this
in a nutshell, from my hand, I think the first thing for us, 11 years ago, it seems like yesterday, and it reminds me of Goodluck Jonathan's administration. Is one person that I admire, and not probably because of the all the laws that they have to put in place, but in transitioning parts to the other administration, I admire Goodluck Jonathan on that, and because of that, I will continue to say thank God that they have to bring the law into place for him to take over from Yar'Adua. But Yar'Adua, Rest in peace. All right, before we go further, I think we have a special guest in our midst today on this Valentine edition of Real Talk with Kike. But first, let's check his profile and we will be right back. Let's play this. All right, welcome back, guys. It is a pleasure to have Bankulli on the show today. You are welcome to Real Talk with Kike.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, talking about the season of love, Valentine is the day when, people show their affection for one another by sending cards, flowers, chocolates, with messages of love. Well, I used to be good in that, but I think I still have it in me. Anyway, love and gifting is restricted to just couples, and I think probably parents and children, even uncles and aunties and friends. I can see Bankulli turning his eyes. Okay, I'm waiting for him to come and educate me on this, but let's talk about audio gifts, audio cars, audio houses. The first thing I heard about audio gifts is on social media. I never knew what audio gifts meant. I mean, all the name of, fake it till you make it and the likes and all of that. So, Bankulli, my first question to you is that, have you ever used audio gift or audio money with the opposite sex before?
As far as, well, good question.
Yeah.
As far as I can define your audio gift, audio love, it means fake love. It's not real. It's
because this is what is trending among social media, as in among the female celebrities and the male artists like Rugged Man. I've asked the questions like, what's happening to our male celebrities? How come they are not coming out with all the audio gift or whatever? So can you actually reply to that message from Rugged Man saying all the things he said?
Well, unfortunately, I don't do that.
Okay.
Naturally, I just try to put my own, my own definition to what happens. Directing my own conversation to him, I trigger to another, which is not, we want to have decorum. This is still pandemic. We need something that will inspire a lot of people. For me, I believe, audio is fake. If it is real, if it is genuine, it should be happiness. It shouldn't break people's hearts. Love is one of the greatest things God created. And as God have done it, the way He created us human beings, He has given us choice to do good or to do bad. So if you choose to, fake what God has created to be something great for some other reason, I leave it for the judgment. For me, I believe, caring, looking forward to seeing other people smile, happiness, joy. Love.
You sound like a romantic guy.
No, it's not that. The only thing that
say that too.
The only thing that is holding the world is still love. There's chaos in the world,
all over
but
the world.
You still see people do good things to other people.
Okay, because you just mentioned love, I would like to ask, in that general entertainment governed by that umbrella entertainment, is there love? Can you genuinely say there is love?
There's love. If not, your producer won't send me a message
Exactly.
about 3-4 hours ago, and I showed up because I understand she's on pressure. She needs to deliver a guest on the show, and I'm here.
I'm not. You're digressing. I said under the entertainment industry, from actors to actresses to musicians to their producers,
Hooking up together.
Working up together. Is there genuine love?
There's something the path you are going to. You can't define it like that, because even as perfect as God in His eyes have created the whole world, there's still some imbalance.
For me, what I'd like to take you up on is what your take is on what the lifestyle we see people trying to portray. Kike talked about how people throw up audio money, audio gifts, audio cards, and all of that, even though we didn't get much on your word as to what obtains now on the internet. But what is your take on the way people try to hype themselves? Aside from audio money from one to the other, we also see people organizing their own fake gift, a fake G-Wagon on their birthday given to them by somebody somewhere that we don't even know. So just the portrayal of fake life, fake identity, and how far it goes to harming the future of the youth who are wrongly inspired by these guys.
That's a very good question. But I'm going to answer it in this way. No matter the talent, no matter the fame, if you don't have a good character, it's just a matter of time, you know, everything will fizzle out.
Iwalewa.
That's the way it is, you know, and I will break it down for you. Character is being good to people. Is do not lie, be truthful, you know, be open, you know, respect other people, you know, don't fake it. Everything you can think of, either good or bad, is under character. So you can choose to have good character or bad character. If you have a very good character, it is just the foundation and the base to support your talent and character, your talent and fame for the rest of your career. And if you have a bad character, which all faking it, audio money,
fake it till you
audio
make
love,
it,
all those stuff, you know, thinking, preempting evil against the next man. You know, I'm sorry, I'm a Christian, and I believe, you know, the teachings of Christ doesn't support that. Yeah, because, you know, some people might take offense in that.
Okay.
I just want to be fair with that.
All right, many thanks for that submission. I think it's important for us to check out Bankulli's song titled Beniro. I hope I pronounced that well.
Is this
Take a look.
dead?
I will be
Oh
right
my
back.
God.
Welcome back. Thank you, Bankulli, for, you know, creating time to be here and being part of the show today. Despite the short notice that, you know, they will have to put you under pressure. Let me chip that in. You know, really appreciate that. But let's talk about you for a moment, please, because I know a few seconds ago you were talking about some certain things, and at least I was able to pick one or two things from you. You know, your career move is very inspiring, very interesting for me, and I've seen the likes of what's his name, Don Jazzy, you know, transitioning from music to skits at the moment, you know, and I'm curious to know.
I'd rather call it influencer.
Influencer. Okay, let me let you answer that. So what's going on? You know, what propelled the likes of Don Jazzy and yourself, you know, going career-wise internationally, you know, which I'm so proud of, that at least you can collaborate with other musicians. What do you have to say to that?
Thank you very much. Firstly, I would say God doesn't give one talent.
Okay.
God always, you know, He built us, and there are multiple talents in us, and that's the reason why. Example, you can cook ogbono, you can cook ewedu, you can cook rice. You're a broadcaster, you know, and of course you're a beautician yourself, you know, of course you're a mentor, probably a mother, and a sister.
She's a trainer. She's a real talk on radio. She's a real talk on TV.
Can you imagine?
She's the real talk.
No, look at all those talents. That's not one talent. God will never give one talent. God gives you multiple talents.
Okay.
Your own job as a man, as a woman, is to discover those talents, develop those talents, and use them, because it will be accounted for. So if he's a producer at some point, and he discover he can influence people either to make them smile, make them happy, make them rediscover themselves, and he's doing that, and he's, you know, people are accepting it. If he's doing the wrong thing, definitely somebody will be, you know, a lot of people will be castigating him for that. But definitely, I'm sure he's doing something that is enticing people, and that's why we're talking about it. So God doesn't give one talent, He gives multiple talents. Our own job is to discover those talents, develop those talents, and use them judiciously to touch people positively.
I would like to ask, looking at your career so far, I know you are a big fish in the industry, no doubt, but why is it that when an artist thrives under a particular record label, it seems like the general notion is that they must have a problem to split? Is it always financial, or some things that's beyond the understanding of the layman, of their fans?
Even God that created the whole world, remember, there was a war in heaven. That's the word. War between
that
some
sent
particular
Lucifer
angel
down,
dissenting and stuff like that. So, what are you saying, my sister?
I'm saying
heaven
that
is supposed to be the perfect place where there should be decorum. Everybody should have been listening to God. But definitely, you still have some other people that have their own agenda. I always tell people, the problem between labels and artists is just very simple. Education. And follow through before you sign any contract, make sure you go out and get a lawyer. The lawyer, you can either pay him directly pro bono, or, you know, there are so many people around. Let them look through the lines. And of course, the label, they will spell it out for the label. This is your own job. Artist, this is your own job. When we collaborate together, this is what we get. this is your percentage, this is my percentage, at specific period, give me my money. And I get it, then you replicate it like that. Maybe 2 years, 3 years contract. You know, when we try to do things in a not too, you know, to the answer, then you get, Baba, sign me, Baba. No. Anybody that do that now is wicked. You want to, you know, you want to leverage on somebody's, you know, sympathy or begging you to sign, and you quickly sign it because you think the person is naive. At the long run, crisis will come. That person's eye will open. Somebody will tell him 1 or 2 things and he will check the contract. Even most of them sign contract, they don't pick the contract at that place. They come back 2 years, 1 year to pick it up.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So let's go back to how we started this question.
Please.
Which is, I'm curious, I need to know, and I want you to be really honest with you.
I'm with you.
Do we really measure success by audio gifts?
No, because there's...
So what's happening at the moment that we found a lot of celebrity doing that? I think that they believe that with that, they have to be measured by their successes.
Yeah, well, you know, there's something they call individual differences. We all differ. And we can never be the same way. The same way you set up your hair, bone straight, your glasses, your lipstick, it's totally different from how she decided to do her own. And when it comes to talent, you know, fame can rotate in people's mind and head
in different ways.
And you know how there's fame management. That's why sometimes you need not just yourself to make some decisions. You need some dissenting voice around you. I mean, there are yes men. You don't need almost yes men every time. You need some people to say no to you. In fact, the way God has structured us, like I said, in our mind, we know when we're doing bad things. 100%. And we know when we're doing good things. So for me, I believe, you know, if you're embarking on that, lies will always trend for few times.
No, the last one was not even reached 24 hours.
And the breeze will fizzle out.
The sun will always shine.
You know, and the truth will resurface and will stand the test of time.
Okay, let me let you.
Okay, I would have loved to. I hope we would have time to delve into the brand,
you
OSHA, and all that.
Anytime,
but yeah, but if time permits, we'll delve into the brand. But sticking with the rave of the moment, the Valentine and all, just before the show, we've had Dami, even on the show, as the moment Kike opened up, Dami hit us with Valentine, he's coming and all of that.
Where is your boyfriend?
You know, so that you're
my vow already. I'll shoot my shot.
That seemed to be.
Shoot your shoot.
I'll shoot my shot.
Dami, can I shoot?
Free.
That seems to be the rave of the moment, and several themes are coming out of that. Some people are saying, even Dami was saying, look, guys are beginning to say, oh, they have meeting on Saturday, they have appointment here and there, you know, to run away from their spouses. I've never really looked at that Valentine period as a time to want to shy away from setting a show of affection, responsibility, you know. But as the days and years go by, you find out that it becomes more and more popular. You see themes and messages of how people are shying away. Oh, MTN, my NIN is not registered, so I won't be able to communicate to you, my girlfriend, or to that. You know, so for you, what is this period for?
Well, for me, I believe Valentine is every day of my life. Because whether you like it or not, God's love over us is continuous. It's not, there's no short time. It's just continual like that. I believe every day we come in contact with love. When we wake up in the morning, we pray to God. You see your sister, your wife, your brother. I'm hungry. Out of love, they will cook for you.
Compassion.
Out of love, your gate man will open the gate for you. You understand? Despite the fact that it's 100% because of the salary. But for the love of collecting your salary, he will open the gate for you. So you communicate and you interact with love every day of our life. I can understand because of the world we are. I mean, we live in, you know, people want to, you know, sort of like put a date to it. It's fine, you know. There's nothing bad in, you know, in celebrating love. You know, love is something that is beautiful. It's something God created, and we must.
All right, many thanks for that, Bankulli. You know, it's, you know, we're just gisting away. That's why we call today Gisting Day. But it's important for me to quickly open our phone lines. Please, you can call us on the number on the screen and also contribute to the topic at hand. Still in the mood of Valentine, and we are just, you know, if you are just joining us, this is Real Talk with Kike. The numbers The number to call is on the screen, and of course you can call us and share your own story regarding maybe love, and if you have any question for our guest, of course you can also hit us with any of the comments, queries, and if you want to be his Valentine,
I'll shoot
you can call him as well.
Then we'll do
so you know, it's you know, just to wrap up this whole conversation.
I was even going to ask, what association do you belong to? Is it Stingy Men Association?
All right, before you answer that, let's
TNG?
go on a break. We'll be right back. All right, it's a wrap on our first segment of the show, talking about audio gifting amongst our celebrities. And of course, you've heard from our guest in the studio, Bankulli. Of course, again, we still have Bankulli in the studio with us. Many thanks for still staying with us, and of course coming in at the short notice. Really appreciate it. We owe you. So moving on to the second segment, talking about season of love and what partners share with each other. It's unfortunate that we have some terrible aspects of our love lives where domestic violence take place amongst love partners. How do people move from all the mushy, pardon me to use that word too, exchanging punches? You know, Bankulli, let me come to you. Do you follow the news recently regarding Sani Goriola, better known as Lil Frosh? I'm not really good with these people, but you know, my career is bringing me to the speed, and has been, you know, I've been told that he's been remanded in Ikoyi prison for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend Gift. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I'm going to approach it in two ways.
Okay.
If
Allegedly.
that was done to a lady, that is bad. And not just that, you know, he may have to, you know, follow the consequence. It need to be spoken to. When I mean spoken to, I mean go to therapy. Because there's something, it doesn't start with one person.
Yes.
It starts from probably parenting and what have you. And you need prayers as well. You understand what I'm saying? Because the young boy is a bundle of talent. And the talent, I mean, his career is about to kick off, and this whole mess is coming up. You know, that's not a good sign. You understand what I'm saying? I think he needs to go back, look into himself, and try and be a better person. If, and it's not just only him, the lady in question too has to be like, you know, go through therapy, because it's not healing, you understand, so that she can move on from that. And that doesn't go with her
psychological
relationship.
Exactly, relationship with people, because you know it triggers a lot of, you know, PTSD and stuff like that. I just believe, you know, I pray, you know, both of them, they find a way to heal individually, and you know, let justice prevail.
Many things.
But like my question before we went on the break, I'm asking, like, what do you belong? Do you belong to the Cheerful Givers Association of Nigeria or the Stingy Men Association of Nigeria?
Well, I subscribe to being a good person, you know.
Yeah, no,
do your best and leave the rest.
Cheerful Giver Association of
I
Nigeria.
don't know what I'm saying. You know, just do your best, because you cannot fund poverty.
Bankulli, if you look at the brand which you've created over time, and you've talked about how the Nigerian youth who are aspiring to be great in entertainment, not faking it until they make it, even though that's a theme that people have juxtaposed with real life and how it doesn't work. Fake it until you make it. Some actually fake it and get to make it. And some actually fake it and they spoil their lives. What would you say to the youth out there who look at what the scenario she just dropped on our table of a young, aspiring, great talent who is now in Kirikiri, you say?
Yeah.
I didn't know of the Kirikiri part of it. So what have you got to say to the youth out there?
I would say you have to be real to yourself. The truth is sweet. I don't know why they say truth is bitter, you know, but the truth is sweet, because when they tell you the truth, it can only open your eyes and show you the right path. I don't know why people say the truth is bitter. Why? What is bitter about it? You understand what I'm saying? So it's always good for one to strive for excellency. Be excellent. Be yourself. Do the right thing, and the right thing will come to you. If you continue to do all those fake, make it, all those things, it's confusing, you know. When you continue lying, the lying will be so much mixed up that people that you are lying to, they will be constructing the lies for you. That at social time, this is what you say, this is what you say. If you look at most of all these stories, I know it's because they are all online, because offline, this is the real people here.
Yeah.
You know, those people that they lie to, or those people that they play audio games and all those stuff to, you think they are blind? It takes two to play the game.
All right, Bankulli, it's important for me to bring you back, because I know that the question at hand. The second segment is about love and hate. There's hate in between the love, and you see, domestic violence is a no-no. I really want to detach myself from the topic at hand, but it's important for me to ask that we hear the story a lot from female victims, and I really want to come to the two men on this table, Marshall and Bankulli. Do you think that men actually go through this similar situation unreported?
Okay, Bankulli first.
Well, as human beings, we go through a lot, you know, and
but as men,
as human, as women, as everyone, we all go through a lot. But I believe when you have conversations about your problem is half solved. And for all those young people too, communication between parents and children is extremely very important. I am doing music today because I had a conversation which was not supposed to be spontaneous with my father. You know, my father was a teacher, disciplinarian, the choir master of the church. So I love music from age 4. I've been playing music, doing everything. When it was time to go to the university, spontaneously we were watching TV, and my dad, I was like, so what's the next thing? I said, yeah, I love to be a musician. He said, oh, you cannot do music if you're not a graduate. And that changed my life. I'm like, sir, because you can't look at my dad and talk to him.
African parenting.
No, it's not just African parenting. He's my God on earth, you know. Wow. I'm from a separated home, and he's everything. He wakes up, you know, we look up to him, we respect him. And he said, without education, you cannot do music. What I've loved all my life. If I don't go to choir practice, he will cane you. And I'm not telling him, and I said, sir, what did you say, sir? He said, if you are not a university graduate, you can't do music. I said, can you say it one more time? If you don't graduate, you know. And I went to University of Ibadan. I became a graduate because I wanted to do music.
Oh, you wanted to do music.
All right, Marshall, I think, you know, you should really touch on this. Do you understand? Yeah. Are men going through similar situation that is unreported presently when it comes to domestic violence?
Of course, a lot. And I'll tell you, you just used the right word, unreported, because so much is expected from the man when it comes to domestic violence. We are not really allowed to express, like you tell your little boy, oh, when he starts crying, or the little sister does something to him, you'll say, men, don't cry. You know, you're a man, don't, you know. Oh, no. So most men, we tend to man up and swallow some of these things. How will I come out and tell you my wife beats me? Or how would I come out and tell you, not even beating me, now that's physically molesting me. But there's an emotional abuse that makes you not progress or progressive, makes you not to be progressive with your work, makes you not want to step out of the house. That's a huge amount of molestation for you. So some men don't talk about this. I mean, it's not, society doesn't even allow it. It makes you a lot weak. So yes, to answer your question outrightly, yes, a lot of men go through it. But that's not the focus right now, because we see...
How do you guys deal with it?
We man up.
And have conversations.
We man up. And not, like he said, have conversations and understand what the society...
So what do you mean by man up? Because when you say man up, I don't know, maybe you guys go to the club and you share it amongst yourself, or what exactly?
Or you just talking totally.
No. I believe you need to have conversations.
With who?
With the person. There's always a meeting point. Women are not wicked like that. Not all men are wicked too. Absolutely. There's a meeting point.
Not a good narrative coming from you. Other men will not say the same.
No, but it's the fact. We all know. You know, I see people report crimes. They say, I'm like, not all. I'm not all women. And if you look at the ones that go through, or that, you know, that perpetrate all this act, you always trace. There is a trace back. That's why they always, if you see detectives abroad, even here in Nigeria and Africa, they always want to look the real reason why that person committed that crime.
And the history as well.
And the history as well. And they use that. If you don't have any history of crime abroad, they will give you one strike. Except, the crime is big, like murder or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So they always look for the reason for that crime. And they study, they use that, they use data and stuff like that. I believe conversations is very important. A lot of relationships do not converse before they even come together. Union. You understand what I'm saying? People don't talk like, okay, what kind of
do you want?
Do you love? What kind of colors Some men do not even know the color that their wives or
Kike,
ladies want.
when we say man up, it doesn't mean for you to unleash havoc on
No.
a woman. It doesn't mean for
Of
you
course
to
not.
now take your place and stand as a man and be so masculine in your transfer
Approach.
of aggression or approach to the woman. It simply means you are expected to be the head,
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
that means. It also means you are expected to be the man of authority, whatever that means.
Absorb.
You cannot be seen to be the one at the end to be cautioned. To be the one at the end to be cautioned. So at every time when I have misunderstanding or my wife and I do not agree on certain things, I look at the end. I wouldn't want someone calling me, Kike calling me, or somebody calling me to say, why did I? I would rather you call me to say, I
Just
think you did well.
take it easy.
All right, I wish I can have an opinion on that because I really have
Call
an
us,
opinion
call us,
on that. But
call us. Our
before
phone
then,
lines are
to
open.
just stay away from this topic, I would prefer us to go on a break. We will be right back.
Okay.
This is Real Talk with Kike. All right, many thanks for joining in. I wish you guys can see a lot of things going on behind closed doors. I think we have another sketch in the studio with us. It's not just Don Jazzy, or probably it runs in the blood because a lot of things happening right here. You know, with our chairs
Just
and
like he
everything,
said that God does not give you one talent.
Yeah,
God will give you talent to always improvise.
definitely we'll be bringing you back. But let me let Macha take over from our previous conversation.
Yes, before we let you go, it is very important. There is a
Yeah.
brand before us.
Yes.
It's the Osha, the Bankulli. In
Bank-
You cannot call Osha without palm oil. You need palm oil.
So in mixing it up, because Kike would hit us if we don't do that in a very concise time. Tell us the brand Osha, tell us Bankulli, tell us the project that
You're
everybody
working
is
on-
talking about right
Oh,
now.
wow.
Please do that in
Oh,
120 seconds.
Okay, let me summarize it. Well, Bankulli, and I felt when I had that interaction with Kanye in Uganda, and my face was everywhere, you know, Sky News, Fox News, channels, everybody in the world, all TV outlets were, you know, reaching out to use the footage. I said, yeah, sure. God spoke to my heart. He said, you don't own that shine alone. You know, you should share it among other people as well. And I believe, you know, me coming up during, my growing up in the industry, I've come across a lot of people that have also helped me. And they are still alive. Some few are dead. And I felt it's important with chronicle Afrobeats. You know, it's over 30 years now. You know, it's not necessarily when somebody dies, we'll post pictures on Instagram and everything
Celebrate
doesn't look as
them.
if.
Yeah.
So I believe we're alive now. And there are a lot of people that have put in their sweat and blood to make it what it is, you know.
And leaving a legacy
and
behind.
leaving a legacy behind. And now that we are alive, and so that other people do not change our story, they are alive. So
You tell
hence
your
I
story.
decided to bring everybody together, you know. I filmed over 90, interviewed over 90 people around the world, you know, in that documentary.
What's hot with the Beyonce project?
Well, for the Beyonce project, you know, I was fortunate to be in California, LA, to be precise. And I got a call from a friend, Vanessa Madi, and she said, Bankulli, can you turn back? Because I dropped her at that same spot, particular spot. I, you know, turned back, and she said I should come into the studio. And I came there, and I met some couple of people representing Beyonce. And they were like, they have some problems with some particular set of songs that they would need me to help them. I started laughing. And they were like, you can imagine, I was just laughing. Why? Because for 6 months, I've never opened my mouth to sing any song, not even to myself or to God. So I'm like, I was
Yeah,
very
me
rough.
not even present me
Yeah, me now. I'm like, so they were like, I said, okay. And I came back the next day. One of the song, I remember we were in the studio, Find Your Way Back. And one of the songwriters came into the studio with a Chihuahua dog, you know, which is very strange. I don't know if anybody has ever brought a dog into the studio except there is a dog show. So she brought the dog, and the other engineers were so angry. They were annoyed. They were like, no, you can't bring a dog here. It's going to distract
Wild
us.
dogs, Chihuahua.
And she said, well, there's nothing she can do. Our roommate is not around. She has to bring the dog. So thinking she was going to be in that session, she left the dog in the studio, and she, you know, she went. I said, Surulere boy, stubborn boy from Nigeria.
You know, but before
that is
then-
thing kicking.
Before then, I'm curious, right? Have you met Beyonce physically?
Of course.
Oh.
The first time I met her, the first time I even actually saw her like this, that there was eye contact, was in Paris.
You worked together?
No,
Or from a distance?
well, it was a party anyway, in Paris, with her husband.
Okay.
And the first person I had, relationship contact with was Jay-Z on the Watch the Throne project. Kanye and Jay-Z.
So you were running off with that thought. The
so
dog,
the dog, you know, the dog was just
stubborn Lagos boy.
You know, stubborn Lagos boy. We don't really like dogs. Like, I mean, there was no dog.
So how did it go? How did it
So
go?
what happened was that the dog was sitting not too far from me. So, and the name of the dog is Ricky. So I'll say Ricky, and the dog will come, well trained manner, and she wants me to touch her. Let's shoot.
On your way back.
So the dog went. They played the beat, and I'm like, Ricky, Robo, Rebe, Aniko, Skiba, Robbie, Rebe. That.
And
can you
was
record
the
it? That's how the inspiration.
Interesting. That was a nice one.
That's good.
So
That's a nice one.
by force, by fire, I'm a dog lover.
All right. So let me give you this.
let's look at writing songs in Nigeria. With so much wealth of talent that you have, I know that if we speak about you, Cobams, there are a good number of songwriters. The kind of songs we listen to now is a thing of concern, especially for our growing generation. I mean, you listen to some of Naira Marley's songs. I'm not bashing anybody here, but it seems like they make songs for adults. Then why is it exposed to children?
Okay, the thing is that I think it's getting better. I will say it like that. Some few ones that are bad, like you're saying, can trend, but they don't stand the test of time.
Okay.
You know, if you look at Oye Konwenu, Sonny Ade, all their songs still resonate. You know, Ifoma, give me your love. You know, the melodies, the words, they're all right there. And trust me, it's getting better because a lot of professionals are getting into songwriting now. If you look at all the releases, just go to the back, look at the back, you see, before, it used to be the artist and producer that write song, which is, you know, not always 100% perfect truth. You know, now you have series of people, their job is to just
But
write
it feels
songs.
like in the commercial market, there's a certain kind of songs that you people feel people want to listen to.
No, not you people. I believe there's numerous. You have Timmy Dakolo. You know,
Yeah,
you have
Asha.
you see now
Yeah,
that you are
yeah,
accepting.
yeah, of course,
you have
yes.
Asha, you have Rema,
But
you
if you
have
put it on a scale of 100%,
no. See, like we both we can all agree that bad things trend fast.
Sure.
who
But don't last,
trends
but don't
them?
last.
But don't last,
But don't last.
actually. Yes.
And the good ones, they will always be there, and you always go back to it as relief.
Okay, well, I think part of the good ones we have, we'll have maybe Adekunle Gold on that train. We'll have Simi.
Simi,
Their lyrics are very fine. Their lyrics are
Today, what's
relatable.
the meaning of Duduke?
It's
I
drum
think
now.
it's an onomatopoeia no, I think
That's what I thought it was.
of how she was even saying it, that her heart beats,
Her heart beats.
the Duke, you know. So
You
I
can
think
see
that's
different. You
really
see now.
meant
You
to
see
be
what
of the heartbeat.
words does. They are different meaning. Duke.
I think that's where you start to
That's
learn
one.
drum.
Drums.
That's what I thought it was.
Duke. So
All right, let me just take you guys away from all of that. Many thanks, Bankulli. And
you
of
very
course, my co-hosts have all made valid points for your take home today. I'm very sure, you know, I'm sure we have been more enlightened by the perspective on these social matters that is with what we're living in today, with everything that is ongoing. We have come to the end of all the topics at hand and everything, you know, but Bankulli, before we let you go, it's important for you to share part of the things that you think that you're doing next.
I thought Kike was saying it's important for you to share part of the money you're making next.
Okay, part of the money. If the money is so important to her. No. For our listeners.
He didn't
What's
come here
next?
with volume.
Yeah.
yeah, well, naturally, like I said, I've been singing. I've been involved in songwriting. You know, background voices. I've put out Babero. I've put out, you know, my new single Foreign featuring Note, who is a Nigerian, and also, you know, looking into the future, I want to put out like an EP project. Most of the songs are already done. I was just on the phone call with my friend. I'm putting him on a blast.
Yeah.
Malik Berry. He's jumping on one of the songs. I want to put out an EP project, and almost all the songs are also going to be in the documentary we're working on, because we need original sounds.
Okay.
So that's 100%. And also, we're rounding up with the documentary Chronicles of Afrobeat. You know, we filmed a lot of people around the world. Tiwa Savage, Davido, you know, Obi Asika, you know, Jimmy Jab. There's two interesting men that people should look forward to. There's one.
Tell us.
There's one man called Odion Iruoje. Mr. Odion Iruoje is the one that produced the first hit song for Fela Jewukoku. He's still alive, you know.
Wow.
I was able to track him down. I was looking for Chris Okotie.
And so you're working with him?
He's on the documentary, and also Burna Boy's grandfather. A lot of people know that he managed Fela at some point. They don't actually have the, direct, the way
Raw
he was able to
content
put it
from
down.
him.
So,
In your final words, just give us a byline to go with Real Talk with Kike. Just give us your final words. To
hey, well,
people out
don't
there.
stop doing good. Keep on doing good. If you do bad, it won't last. And the day you stop doing bad, all the bad you've done to everybody will come back to you.
The day you stop doing good, you meant
The
to say.
day you stop doing that bad,
Okay.
yes.
All
There's-
the good things will
meaning
come
there's repercussion for doing bad. If you're doing good, keep on doing good. Good will follow you. If you're doing bad, continue doing bad. But the day you stop doing that bad, all the
Everything will
ones you've
amass
done will
together.
come back to your head.
Happy Valentine.
Happy
Same to you.
Valentine.
Happy Valentine.
All right, many thanks for that. I said before we put a closure, we had announced on our social handles at the beginning of the show that we will surprise 2 individuals with Valentine giveaway. This isn't an audio gift, an audio giveaway.
Valentine is coming.
And the giveaway is wrapped around Valentine to show love, but foremost, it is a gift of appreciation to loyalty, commitment, and diligence in the course of work. I want you to understand that many people notice what you do, regardless of whatever thing you're doing behind closed doors. And these 2 people have exhibited high degree of devotion to the vision of Real Talk with Kike since inception, and the consistency to the mission of the organization ZH. Though we fight a lot, even as of today, I still fought them, even though they didn't know that I have something off my sleeve. And the 2 recipients of the giveaways are Ola Binkpe Shokbenyi. She is my PA, and of course the admin manager of ZZ Limited. And I have Regina as well. She's one of my makeup artists of life, and the team lead of our makeup artists right here with Real Talk with Kike on the studio. They have won themselves international ticket to go to Dubai.
It's a season of love.
Entails return ticket to Dubai, a befitting hotel accommodation,
Oh my
and
God.
within the COVID, and of course the COVID-19 test. I had to carry that bill on my head because government said without that they cannot travel. I don't want them to go and start spending all their salaries on that. So whatever
Yeah,
you
the
do,
ticket
I
for
would
2.
say
But you are
that
not
you
the
should be diligent at what you do. I want you both to know that regardless of how I yell or scream, you all both know that I work like a soldier, and I appreciate you both, and you have become family to me. So thank you.
Oh, that's so great. This is no audio gift. It's original.
We would have printed the ticket for them. I want them to give me the final dates that they want to travel. Anyways, all right. What do you guys have to say to that?
Well, I want to say, like you heard Bankulli, you've been behind the cameras all through, that you should continue doing good.
Yeah,
and
true.
sometimes these bashings are like, how do you call it? Chastisement. And someone once told me that sometimes delayed prayers answered are the miracles we expect from God. So take these bashings and take them with good faith.
Sure, I'd like to say
All right.
well done. Well done.
All right, many thanks. So I want you both to know that people are watching. We are watching, and of course, hopefully, it will be extended to other people. So, anyways, we also want to thank our special guest, our Valentine guest, Bankulli, for
Our
being
love
such
guest.
a beautiful inclusion to this show, and of course for all the ideas and everything that you've shared on the set today. Your perspective are very enlightening, and to of course to Nigerians and the viewers and every one of us on set today. I'm so happy to have you in the studio today, and many thanks for honoring Deomi's invitation to be in the studio today. It has been a pleasure having you on set, and many thanks. I think this is where I draw the curtains of today's show. But before then, let me leave you with the song of the day, right, guys? Or what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And just in case you're wondering,
I would have loved to make a request.
Oh, open mic, open
My
field.
my new video featuring notes.
Okay.
You would like to watch it because I was able to, bring together a lot of bundle of talents, comedians, singers, people that will make people happy. It's called Foreign, featuring notes. It's a song that shows different cultures, what goes on there and what we do here that is funny, that can make people happy.
so what's the request?
All right. We don't have it here.
No problem.
Maybe,
next
but keep
time.
watching.
All
Real
right,
Talk
so
with Kike.
all right, so it's Throwback Thursday. We'll just play one of your videos,
Okay.
and again, till we come Till we'll come your way next week, Tuesday. Enjoy your Valentine and keep being real. Show real love. Oh. All right, guys. Bye now.
Kike is my tomato. Lori raw.